What's going on, everybody? Alonzo here with GulfCoastSmoke.com, and today we're making pulled pork potato skins. Now, one of the things I want to talk about today is leftover barbecue, and I know what even is leftover barbecue. A lot of the times we try and eat everything, but I have small kids, so sometimes it's not that easy. Yesterday we made a delicious pulled pork, and we have some leftover pulled pork that we want to utilize in this recipe today. One of the things we want to show you guys is that even if you have that leftover barbecue, you could turn it into something delicious. This is going to be very, very easy, and you're not going to miss out on any flavor. This is going to be absolutely amazing. For starters, our ingredients are very simple. We're going to start with 6 russet potatoes. I'm going to put olive oil and some salt on the outside, and then these are going to go into your oven or Traeger at 425 degrees Fahrenheit. It doesn't have to be much olive oil at all. You just want to make sure you get a decent coat on the outside of these potatoes. I'll use a little bit that's left over on the cutting board just to coat everything. And once we're done with that, we're just going to get some salt all over the outside of these. Make sure to hit every single part of it. Okay, we're outside and we're going to be using our Traeger Ironwood 650 today for these potatoes. We're using BB pellets and we're running at 425 degrees. Obviously, we're not really going to get any smoke flavor on this. The only reason we're using the Traeger is because we got a lot going on inside. We still have to eat breakfast and all that good stuff. But anyway, we're going to put these on until they're fork tender, and that's going to be around 45 minutes or so. In just a bit, I'm going to show you how we're going to warm up that pulled pork, and then we're going to pull all this together. We're just going to place these on our rack. Nothing special. And then we're going to let these go until they're finished. The potatoes have been on for around 25 minutes, and now it's time to concentrate on our leftover pulled pork. So this was in a Ziploc bag overnight. I do want to add just a little bit of Southern Hospitality right to the top. We're just going to awaken those flavors, get a little bit of that barbecue seasoning in there. So I really didn't put much because I did smoke this yesterday with Southern Hospitality, and I already know that this is going to taste delicious. Next, I'm just going to add a little bit of apple juice to this foil. Be careful, you don't want it to go everywhere. And that's just going to be a little bit of moisture for this pulled pork to kind of steam in there. Now I'm just going to fold it from the top. Make it nice and tight. And now this will go on the Traeger for around 20 minutes or so. We will check it in about 10 minutes just to make sure that everything is breaking up in there and we get that nice pulled pork. Okay, it's been 45 minutes now, and we're going to check on the potatoes and on the pulled pork. So with the pulled pork, we just wanted to add some moisture back into it, make sure it's really, really warm and delicious. On the potatoes, we do have a pick that we're going to poke through just to make sure that they're really nice and tender. Then we'll get inside and we'll finish this up. Okay, so first I'm just going to go ahead and check these potatoes. Oh yeah, they're extremely tender. We can get these off right now. Next, I'm just going to open up our pulled pork here. Oh yeah, and you can see that it came apart. It's nice and warm. I can feel it through my gloves. I have some warmers, some hand warmers under these, so do not just grab this with nothing but a glove. But yeah, this is turning out perfect. It looks extremely juicy, plenty of moisture. Let's get this inside. Let's finish this up. Okay, now we're inside. We have our potatoes here that we're just going to cut in half. And then we're going to go ahead and scoop out most of the inside here, transfer it over to a bowl. And once we have all of our potatoes cored out, I'm going to put about a tablespoon of butter and Southern Belle to taste just to get some savory flavors in these potatoes. And when I'm done, this is exactly what my potatoes look like. Now we're going to take our potato mixture and we're going to start putting it right back in to our potato. Just make sure that it's pretty even because we want to make sure we have plenty of filling to go in all these potato skins. Now that we've got our potatoes filled up, let's go ahead and put some pulled pork all over top. No big deal if there's a little bit of a mess. I can clean this up in just a second. I want to make sure there's plenty of pulled pork on every single bite. Next, we're going to put our favorite barbecue sauce all over top of the pork. And last but not least, we're going to put a lot of cheese here. We have a mixture of cheddar and Monterey Jack. We'll put these back on the Traeger. If you guys are using the oven, use your oven. Just make sure that cheese gets nice and melty. An hour and 15 minutes later, these pork butt potato skins are done. You guys can see how delicious they look. They smell outrageous. I'm ready to take a bite, so let's jump right in. I should probably use a fork and knife, but you already know I'm not going to do that. There's absolutely nothing else to say besides that is sincerely outrageous. My wife and I actually did this because a few days back, I'm not going to name any names of the restaurant, we had some potato skins and they just were not good at all whatsoever. So we were sitting there, we're like, dude, I promise you we can make these so much better. And they turned out so delicious. I'm sure they'd be great with some fresh pulled pork as well, but we really wanted to talk to you guys about how you could utilize barbecue. The leftovers are just as good. We just rehydrated it a little bit with a tiny bit of apple juice, some Southern hospitality, a little bit of barbecue sauce, and man, oh man, you guys got to try this. I'm sure it'd be delicious with leftover brisket, leftover chicken, leftover beef ribs. You could take it off the bone. You could chop it up. Anything would do absolutely great with this. The potatoes are on point. You could taste that butter. The Southern Belle brings that saltiness to it because the pork is really sweet. But enough talking. I'm ready for you guys to go to the store, pick up these ingredients, and get to cooking. As always, we really appreciate you guys tuning into this video. Thanks, and we'll see you on the next one.